Hey fellas, well, couple of quick updates about the videos I'm working on for the series at Pokemon Mondays. So I did make another payment on Burn Diamond Shining Pearl today. I now only have a couple more so to make before they launch in November. And on that note, I am still working on a bigger video and doing the series and my next Pokemon Sun Moon vlogs. Just so you know, among other ones. I mean, just want to let you know. Oh, and thought I'd get you something late, so I'm not gonna just leave you with nothing and have justifications show up my new Toon Squad shirt. So it's time. And given how like the Japanese dub of the series is taking a break this week, I thought I would fill that void with a belated reaction and thoughts on episode 78, the Targeted Cerise Institute. So as per usual, when I do a vlog on an episode that's still subbed rather than dubbed, I'll be using Romanized Japanese names in lieu of English ones, and when I do have English names, I'll use those when I read the episode. Let's get this started. Anyway, the episode, which involves Go's Sawball training and secrets to master his abilities, he's as a result of making a bit of a mucky mess in the park. Turns out that had their Pokedex data has been targeted by a breach, mean it was supposed to be a Cakeleon. As it turns out, while Cerise, as well as Ren and Chris, initially believe that the data has been and just wiped out, instead, it's been apparently stolen by a character of the day, Yabashi. I mean, who, once he does appear with his wannabe Edward from Cowboy Bebop glasses and discount and flying on a jetpack at discount Baxter Stockman from TMNT, the original one, not any of the subsequent versions. And it's definitely clear that it's another case of cut Lex Luthor a check. I mean, it's really weird that despite his obvious skills, almost identifying weaknesses and security systems, that he doesn't try and market that skill legitimately instead of becoming like a data thief. Instead, that's always kind of weird to me, to be honest. Yeah. Also note that while some people initially speculated that some of the data would be involving a Porygon, which is some amusing fan art, so far that hasn't happened. What has happened is something I've also been looking forward to, as you can tell by me pulling out my Pro controller, and given how Sobel's was one of my favorite ones and became my sweet Pokemon for this generation, and it has been trained in secret, and despite Yabashi's boasting otherwise, it's clear that his Kecleon is outmatched, especially when Go's Drizzile evolves into an Inteleon main. So, and yes, I suppose after with Rowlet in the last generation, this one has definitely taken on the mantle of basically being like a cute kid, and stage one being an edgy teenager, and as you can tell by my straight to my Sith poster there in the shot, stage 2 being sort of a Dark Lord. I mean, now if you want to include the Gigantamax form, given how Go has the ban that lets him Gigantamax, I guess we can also consider that G-Max would be like a one-man army as well. So I definitely think it's quite effective, and especially he works pretty well if you play the music for the friend music from the Mandalorian over the evolution scene, as well as Inteleon subsequently driving in Kecleon and Yabashi from the lab. Man, I'm not gonna spoil why if you have not seen it yet, so go watch it. Also, that's a good show, so let's wrap this up. To make a long story short, Or Cerise managed to get out of Yabashi that honestly about what he did, and will not press charges on condition that he returns the data he took, which he complies with, and as a result, it gets back their research. But goes something even better. Inteleon is joining his active roster once again. And it definitely considers it could be like a preview for another video I'm working on in Defensor's character, but I think in many ways a lot of the criticisms that surrounding him are a bit overstated. I mean, you know what I mean? This whole idea that it's just worse than Sun and Moon and he's worse characters because he just took advantage of like a shiny Voltor just happened to be his path. That's a load of nonsense to me. But not the good kind. If you're looking at the good kind, you might say a little nonsense now and then benefits the wisest men, Mr. Jim Wilder. Anyway, that's all for now. I've got my First Females Reminiscence scheduled for tomorrow for Max Relax series. My other videos, looking forward to the Star Wars Visions anime dropping as well as the Marvel's What If, and I will definitely talk to you all later.